Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I feel bad for Justin, because Justin actually turned out to be a really good guy, and I think that I felt like in a lot of ways Kayla didn't deserve him. I really do, because Kayla used him as a consolation prize, And throughout this whole time of him being with her, up until the marriage, he felt like, I don't know if she's really giving me her all. And you know what? He was absolutely right. Kayla really, Kayla really just pissed me off today. And, you know, Justin tells her everything. Kayla's response is, why are you doing this to me? Like, why are you doing this to, why are you doing this to me on our wedding day? Are you serious? Did you really just, I want to sit there and really just read, why are you saying this now? That's what she said. Why are you saying this now? Well, when the fuck else was you supposed to say it? Did you want to be married to a dirtbag? Like a guy who would sit there and say this a couple of days later, maybe a couple of years later? What the hell you mean? Why are you saying this to me now? I seriously can't believe she just asked that. I really cannot believe she asked that. And then after he tells her the truth, she starts to get kind of mad at everyone else. And I'm just there thinking, why is she playing the goddamn victim? When she was using this man the entire time to get over another man. And what does he do? He decides to be honest with you. And you think this is the time to actually have a pissy fit now? Are you kidding? Listen, I get it. It's just a soap opera. It's a drama and everything like that that makes it worth watching. And, I can get behind that. Because, entertainment and all that good stuff. But just from a character's perspective, it's like, lady, you gotta be kidding me. Not only are you getting upset with everyone, and you're questioning why is he doing something, and then you get upset with Steve like it's his fault, like he ruined your day or something. Anyway, because I can go on and on and on forever. Anyway, he basically is like, listen, it's okay. He pretty much makes it okay for her. He makes it okay for her. He makes it okay for her. And he's like, listen, we're still going to be friends. We're going to be good. Don't worry about it. I understand. You do you, pretty much. And, Kayla's doing a whole crying and I didn't mean to hurt you. And love that line. Just in life in general. I never meant to hurt you. Anyway, she runs off. Well, she borrows Jennifer's shoes because her shoes broke, and she runs off to try to find Steve to give him a piece of her mind. I mean, seriously, this whole thing is literally about the wedding, and this is actually what I did love about this episode, is that there was no side stories, there was no backstory, there was no third party. Once again, I gotta sit there and say, Days kind of really did it for me today, because unlike GH, which will have a wedding and then another story and like two other stories or whatever, they just focused on the wedding and the two people, and it was great. So on that note, very good job for DA, for let's say GH Days. Very good job, Days. Anyway, you got on the other side, you got Steve, well, pretty much the whole gang. Steve, Marlena, Hope, and John. And pretty much Steve was like, yo, listen, I'm going, that's it, the end. Now, I feel bad with John. when you have somebody that's your best friend, I mean that's really your best friend, that's like your brother, and you find out that they're leaving or whatever, your heart breaks. Okay, your heart breaks. It just, and so he's upset. John's upset or whatever. Everyone's like, you gotta support him. Blah 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 blah. And John, it just he sucks it up. He starts crying. It breaks my heart a little bit. Fuck it. It just breaks my damn heart to sit there and watch him like that. And then he hugs him or whatever. He sends him on his way. Steve isn't upset. He's actually more probably just touched than anything else, To find friendship like that, it's rare. So anyway, he leaves. Hope follows him. And then there's some talk with Marlene and John. Pretty much Marlene is just that they're trying to make John feel better for, losing his best friend in a lot of ways. So that scene goes on for a while, and for the most part, Marlene kind of succeeds. So, yeah. And this whole time you have Jennifer, and this is where you get to the, one of those '80s movies when the man or the woman, runs to the airport to try to stop them before they leave. This is literally where it's at. And so, you got these scenes with Justin, and they're just sad. There's no other way around it. Sonny is doing the best he can to try to console his father, and what sucks, and I feel bad for Sonny, is when the child in a way has to become the parent. When the child has to console and try to comfort them and stuff like that. It's surreal. Let's just put it this way. So he does his best, and in the end, Justin is like, listen, I understand, just give me a minute, I'm just gonna pack up your stuff or whatever, because he goes to Kayla's house to get his stuff, because he's like, yo, listen, I'm not doing this, whatever this is, we're not doing that again, so I'm gonna get my stuff now, I'm gonna get out, and this way we don't have to be doing this awkward back and forth, coming to pick up stuff, pretty much with Chase and, I forgot her name, that's how fucking long it's been since GHS came on. Tate, Willow. God damn it, it's been a while. Anyway, Sonny leaves. Justin just starts crying, and it is a really sad scene. And I admire Justin for what he did. He was like, I want to be a good person to you, and Sonny was like, listen, a lesser man wouldn't have did half what you did today, and I can totally agree with that. Anyway, so while that's going on, and there's these other scenes for like John and Marlene, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so is Kayla actually gonna get there in time? Is she gonna get there in time? I'm like, all right, this is cool and this is cute and everything, but is she gonna get there in time? So finally, she gets to the airport. Steve leaves. He goes to the gate or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little kind of a bizarre scene. So Kayla's like, listen, I just have to tell someone something. She gets to the security guard. It's like, I just gotta get on that flight. I just gotta tell somebody something. And the guy is just, one, okay, he's doing his job, but two, I kind of feel like he's being a dick. And she's like, all right, you know what, F it, I'll sit there and buy the ticket. So she goes and she buys the ticket, and then she comes back, and the dude's like, well, it's too late. They left. You dick. That's what I'm sitting there thinking in my head. Anyway, she starts crying or whatever, and Steve just walks back. Like, kind of weird, actually. Because he was already at the gate. He probably just had to get on the plane, and for whatever reason. And the thing that was, he walks back, and he hears her, and that's when he walks a little fast, and he sees her, and they lock eyes or whatever, and that pretty much is the end of the episode. But I'm just sitting there thinking, like, well, what made him go back? I mean, what did he forget? This guy doesn't seem like he's that sentimental. Like, if he forgot like a phone or whatever, like I'm pretty sure. Like I want to know what he forgot to make him come back. I mean, unless he's gonna sit there and say there was something in my heart or some sort of sappy thing or whatever. I really gotta know. But yeah. So honestly, tell you the truth, it was a good episode. It was a good episode. Here's the thing. I know I've been critical on Days, and like I said, this is just how I review. If I find an episode bad, I'm gonna call it what it is. If I find it boring, and if I find stuff unnecessary, and if I don't like certain characters, I'm gonna call it out. And when I find stuff that I like, I will call it out, and I will sit there and say. And again, the reason why I like this episode was that it was very self-contained. There wasn't really a lot of side story stuff. It was just mainly focused on, Steve and Kayla and the group that surrounds that story. So, as far as that goes, great job. Hell, I would sit there and say, hey, GH, you might want to kind of take a page from these guys, because they're kind of doing some stuff right. I'm just throwing it out there. So yeah, that will do it for this review. Thank you for watching. I know these reviews have been coming out pretty late. Hopefully tomorrow or probably the next day they'll come out a little bit more faster, because I don't have to be at work. Well, I have to be at work too long. No, that's not right. I get off work early. So I can pop out the review a lot faster, even though I couldn't watch it on channel 4 today because of interruptions. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching my review. Thanks for the comments and likes and everything like that. As I said before, I really do appreciate it. Yeah. So have a good day or good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next review.